I'm Olivia, a custody advisor at Wall Street Prison Consultants. Today I'm going to explain federal prosecutors' duties and responsibilities. Federal prosecutors are key players in the U.S. criminal justice system. They are responsible for investigating and prosecuting federal crimes, which can range from drug trafficking and white-collar fraud, to terrorism and national security threats. Here are some key points to consider about federal prosecutors. Federal prosecutors work for the Department of Justice, DOJ, and are responsible for prosecuting crimes that violate federal law. Their duties include investigating cases, working with law enforcement agencies, preparing and presenting evidence in court, negotiating plea bargains, and seeking sentences for those convicted of federal crimes. Many federal prosecutors just work for the DOJ to get trial experience before going into private practice. It's important to know that just because a prosecutor believes something to be true, doesn't make it so. Prosecutors will frequently try to flip defendants into becoming informants in order to get a lower sentence. Many of the things prosecutors say are ambiguous, so you should always demand a reduction deal in writing. There are several types of federal prosecutors, including Assistant United States Attorneys, AUSAs, who work in U.S. attorneys' offices around the country, and in specialized units within the DOJ, such as the Criminal Division, the Civil Division, and the Tax Division. To become a federal prosecutor, individuals typically need to have a law degree and several years of experience practicing law. They must also pass a background check and meet other qualifications set by the DOJ. In addition to legal experience, federal prosecutors should have strong communication skills, analytical skills, and the ability to work well under pressure. Federal prosecutors work closely with law enforcement agencies, such as the FBI and DEA, to investigate federal crimes. They may use a variety of investigative tools, including subpoenas, search warrants, and wiretaps. Once a case is ready for prosecution, federal prosecutors work to prepare the case for trial, including interviewing witnesses, reviewing evidence, and drafting legal arguments. Federal prosecutors must be skilled litigators who are comfortable presenting complex evidence in court. They must be able to communicate effectively with judges and juries, and be able to adapt to changing circumstances during a trial. Many federal cases are resolved through plea bargaining, in which the defendant agrees to plead guilty to some or all of the charges in exchange for a lesser sentence. Federal prosecutors play a key role in negotiating these plea deals, which can involve balancing the interests of justice with the desire for a speedy resolution of the case. Once a defendant has been convicted of a federal crime, federal prosecutors play a role in recommending a sentence to the judge. This can involve presenting evidence of aggravating or mitigating factors, and arguing for a sentence that is appropriate given the facts of the case. For more information on understanding federal prosecutors, you should consider hiring a prison consultant.